Animals fight for all sorts of reasons in the wild. Some animals attack to eat and others defend to live, while others attack because they want the hottest broad available, or they want to control more land. Sounds a lot like humans without the hypocrisy. Have you ever seen baboons get into a scuffle? What about raccoons? If you're in the mood of some action, you're at the right place as we count down the top 15 moments of animals fighting in the wild.
Hey Mocha, we better go. Come on, Mocha.
Number 15. Aggressive elephants. It looks like this elephant calf wants to have some fun, so it chases a buffalo. Some of the bigger elephants also take runs at buffaloes, and it's most likely because they don't want other animals on their territory. This elephant bull rams into this buffalo calf and destroys it. I'm not sure why it would be so aggressive with a small calf like that, but I guess it really hates buffaloes. When this rhino and her calf come face to face with a trio of elephants, one of the elephants pushes the rhino aside. The calf isn't harmed, although it is irritated by its presence as well. The elephant even tries to hit the rhino with the tree limb, but the rhino remains calm and stands firm. A man slams his truck in the backdrop to scare the elephants away, and it works. This elephant bull is sending a message to these lions, but the lions don't seem too worried, except for a few of the younger ones, which get up and move away. The elephant wants the watering hole all to himself and lets the felines know. The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment. Number 14. Crocodile versus snake. This python is ambushed by a crocodile, and the reptile pulls it into its mouth. The crocodile then violently shakes the snake from side to side, trying to tear it apart, and I think it does a good job of it. Unless pythons get a good stranglehold on crocodiles, it is very difficult for them to overpower the huge reptiles, especially when they are attacked from behind. For some reason, this python swims right in front of this crocodile, and that's a big mistake. The crocodile can't believe his eyes. It's going to be this easy, and it is when he strikes the snake and kills it instantly. This snake tries to bite this alligator, but the alligator moves away. The alligator waits for it around the bend and doesn't miss when it's time to deliver the fatal blow. Number 13. Kudus. Because it doesn't appear to be doing well at the zoo, this kudu has decided to attack this giraffe. Although the reason for this is unknown, where are the zookeepers when you need them? The kudu tries to plant its horns into the giraffe as it eventually stands up, but its legs seem weak. It has the appearance of a bar patron who has had too much to drink. The other giraffes approach when the kudu attempts to ram the giraffe. The giraffe ultimately gets up and runs, but the kudu bangs its horns into it, knocking it over. The giraffe regains its ability to stand and flees from the kudu, who pursues it but abandons pursuit. It's unusual to see dogs, particularly greyhounds, hunting a kudu, but that's exactly what this video shows. The dogs, on the other hand, aren't lions, and the kudu is a massive animal. Because the kudu will not submit and its horns are lethal, this might be dangerous for the dogs. Regrettably, the person who was filming decided to put his camera down. It would be amazing if all animals could get along like these kudus and warthogs. When a kudu approaches too close to a warthog, the warthog takes a step closer to warn it, but no fight ensues. These two magnificent kudu bulls were squabbling over breeding rights or dominance. They collide, but not in a violent way. It's another day at the office for these kudus. Number 12. Baboon fighting. Top-ranking males are in charge in this intricate Hamadryad baboon community. If their females commit even the tiniest transgression, they may be brutal with them. Despite their strength, Hamadryad baboons prefer to travel in groups because it is safer. Something unexpectedly halts their progress this morning. These cliffs serve as barracks for another battalion. A competing faction is going straight for them, and more than 1,000 baboons can sleep here overnight. Males settle past scores in the turmoil of conflict. This is also their finest opportunity to kidnap females from the opposing clan. The troops are injured when the conflict is over. Any female that ventured to stray will be punished by the lead male. If order is to be maintained, strict discipline is necessary. This baboon chases down all the other baboons to demonstrate he is serious about ruling. Finally, he picks a female as his victim. He assaults her from a tree branch, attempting to knock her down, but she fights back with all her might. There's no mistake about his intentions by the time he's finished. Before the day is out, there will be more casualties. Some of the older baboons are attempting to capture this juvenile baboon, making it appear it is a prized possession. An invader is chased away by a baboon troop. They don't even give him a second to breathe before chasing him into the water. One of the baboons pushes him to the other side of the pond. Number 11. Lion fighting tiger. I'm not sure who thought putting this tiger in the same enclosure as these lions was a smart idea, but a fight ensues and it appears to be rather evenly matched. However, I'm not sure why the female lions attempted to bite the male lion. According to rumors, the conflict began when the tiger wanted to date one of the ladies, and the lion persuaded him to take a walk, which he refused, resulting in a terrible fight. The footage below is from a 1933 film featuring a tiger and a lion fighting. This appears to be a raw version, although I'm not sure if it's accurate. The fight is quite even, but it is a film, and who knows what kind of standards they had about wild animals in films back then. Perhaps they let them fight for real. This lion is trapped between two tigers who both attack him, but he defends itself. What's the deal with all these lions and tigers congregating in the same enclosures? I'm amazed at how many tigers this lion must deal with. It's surprising he's still alive. Number 10. Rhino versus hyena. Mama saves this rhino calf from hyenas that are trying to kill it. I'm guessing they asked for reinforcements because there are just two hyenas. The hyenas are still after the rhino and her calf, but the mother is wary and maintains a tight eye on her baby. Against the mother, the hyenas have a poor chance, but the calf is a viable possibility. On the other hand, the danger of getting pierced by the mother's horn is too great a risk for the laughing scavengers. One of the rhinos appears to be seriously injured, probably with a broken leg according to these hyenas. They know where an animal's weak spot is, so they try biting the rhino's backside. Despite the presence of two other rhinos nearby, neither helps the injured rhino. Even though they are not very hostile, hyenas are a nuisance to the injured rhino. They bite the rhino's back end and cling to it, weakening and depleting it. These hyenas are bothering a healthy rhino, but the rhino appears to be unharmed, and the scavengers appear to benefit little from the encounter. If the rhino manages to hit one of the hyenas, the scavenger may perish. The hyenas, on the other hand, enjoy busting chops, which is exactly what they're doing to this rhino. Number 9. Raccoon rivalries. On a cold winter day, a fox challenges a raccoon. The fox isn't very confident, and the raccoon just waits to see what the fox will do. The fox slowly advances, and the raccoon slowly backs up, but nothing unravels. These raccoons are hanging around a few white-tailed bucks, looking for something to eat. But one of the bucks doesn't want the raccoons to mess around with his food supply, so every once in a while he lets them know. But there are so many of them, it almost looks like a general assembly of the Royal Order of Raccoons. The raccoons run when the buck tries to poke them with his horns. A man is cross-country skiing with his German Shepherd, and they come across a feisty raccoon that stands its ground with his dog. The dog sort of attacks it, but it doesn't go full out, and at one point, it almost looks like they're playing. When the dog lays in the snow for a few seconds, you can hear the man telling his dog it's enough.
Go, come on, leave her, let her go.
Clearly asking the dog to stop chasing the raccoon, mostly because wild raccoons carry lots of diseases. The raccoon climbs a tree, and the man and his dog hit the trails. Number 8. Jaguar and giant otters. This entire otter family is enjoying a day at the beach, but it has no idea what is about to occur. The jaguar approaches stealthily, and one of them attacks from above, snatching one of the baby otters and running back up the side of the little cliff. However, the otters quickly react and assault the jaguar, causing chaos and forcing the jaguar to drop the newborn otter. The otters were able to shield their young, but the pressure of the jaguar's jaws on the baby otter, even if just for a few seconds, was enough to kill it. One of these otters is snatched by a jaguar on land, where otters are most vulnerable. The jaguar appears to be on his way to making the kill when the other otters emerges from the water to assist their comrade, and when the jaguar sees this, it abandons the fight and flees. Number 7. Pandas. This panda, or is it his friend, is giving a hard time to this other panda. It's biting it hard, and the panda is howling in pain, so I don't think they're friends. Where have all the zookeepers gone? The weaker panda tries to defend itself, but the aggressive panda overwhelms him. They could be having a good time, but I think it's a little too rough in my opinion. A playful wrestling bout between 4 pandas is shown here, with a 5th panda joining in on the fun. The handler becomes irritated since they appear to be causing problems. It's amusing when one of the pandas climbs into a basket and rolls with it. These pandas appear to be having a lot of fun, and they are hilarious. They don't want the leaves to be picked up by their handler. One even goes after the handler's leg. Isn't that adorable? These guys are a pain to deal with, but it looks like a lot of fun if you're just watching, of course. Engaged on some sort of platform, these two pandas battle it out. The pandas appear to be play fighting, and it's all in good fun. Both pandas are standing their ground in this fun little fight. One of the pandas tries to get an advantage over the other, but it doesn't appear to make a difference. Currently, neither panda is on the verge of falling off the platform. These three pandas are squabbling over who will climb the tree first. One of the three loses interest in the challenge and leaves. One of these two appears to have seized the lead, while the other appears to have given up when he realizes he isn't going to win. Number 6. Pumas. When it detects a jaguar down below, this puma takes to the higher terrain. The jaguar is ambushed by the puma and the two battle. There is a lot of snarling, and as the jaguar appears to be about to go, the puma pounces on it once more. They fight like two felines, and the puma manages to scare the jaguar away, which is unexpected. When cougars' hunting grounds intersect with those of other top predators like wolves, bears, and jaguars, cougars are typically the losers. A cougar will not attack a bear unless it is in self-defense. A cougar will have a difficult time defending itself, let alone killing a bear. Cougars are territorial, but not in the same sense that bears are. As a result, a bear is unlikely to be attacked by a cougar. This fluffy cougar fights this bear and appears to have the upper hand for a little while. It leaps at the bear and attacks viciously, but the bear does not flee. The bear has had a harsh awakening because of this encounter, but the cat appears to have moved on. The cat launches another sneak attack, but the cougar suddenly lies down in front of the bear, almost like a playful kitten. Is all of this only for the sake of staying in hunting shape? The tired bear drifts back into his cave as the cat finally wanders off. This American badger is attractive and plump and chases away this intruding cougar. The cougar is shy and doesn't insist, and when it realizes how crazy the badger is, it decides not to mess with it. In the dead of winter, a cougar chooses to torment a lynx. Even though lynxes are smaller than cougars, they are no pushovers. When the cougar tries to attack the lynx, you can see what I mean. The lynx leaps at the cougar to attack it, causing the cougar to back off. The cougar sharpens its claws on tree bark while the lynx backs up. The cougar reconsiders his business venture and seeks out something more pleasurable to accomplish. Number 5. Dogs. I'm thinking dogs and lizards aren't best friends, and we can see why in this first video, as these dogs encircle and assault this iguana without hesitation. A handful of the dogs bite the reptile, and the lizard does everything it can to prevent the worst. I'm not sure why someone would record this instead of ordering his dog to back off and allowing the lizard to flee. When these two dogs come across a lizard attempting to climb a tree, they grab it by the tail and drag it down. The lizard is rather large and it clings to the tree with tenacity. As the dogs nibble on its tail, he continues climbing up the tree until the yellow dog eventually pulls it down. The people filming this are probably the owners of the dogs, and I find this irresponsible behavior. This is a fight between two little dogs, but it only lasts a few seconds before they eat together. They must be friends. These two puppies are wreaking havoc on the kingdom, vying for supremacy. They're adorable, but I can't imagine how they'll be when they're all grown up. Number 4. Vultures. The Cinereous vultures have started eating a dead lamb that has been left on the ground. The majority of what these vultures devour are carcasses. A golden eagle perches on a ledge and observes the scene. The eagle decides it's time to sample the fare, but as it lands, it realizes there's not much left. One vulture attacks the eagle, intimidating it. The vulture approaches the carcass with its back hunched, imitating Dr. Frankenstein's assistant Igor, but the eagle remains unconcerned. A vulture battles an eagle for food. The chutzpah of these scavengers astounds me. I never expected them to take on eagles, but they clearly do. In Kenya, these highly endangered Rupel's griffin vultures compete over an impala carcass. They'd better keep an eye out for hyenas or jackals, as the carcass is scarcely eaten. Maybe even a few lions. Before eating, one of the vultures decides to speak into an impala's ear and ask it something to make sure it's dead. When these vultures come across a dead rabbit on the road, they all appear to want it for themselves and refuse to share it. Number 3. Baboon versus crocodile. I'm not sure how well baboons would fare against a crocodile in the water if they organized themselves. These baboons rally around this crocodile. Not all the baboons are bold enough to leap over the crocodile at the same time, but a few are braver than the rest, and once they do, the rest of the baboons join in on the frenzy. A baboon is fighting for its life in the jaws of a crocodile may be seen in this video. A friend tries to help, but it's difficult. I have to say, the baboon's strength is incredible, especially when compared to the crocodile's massive jaw pressure. The poor baboon manages to run, but it appears it is seriously injured, and no cell phones to call 911. Number 2. Beetles vs. Scorpion. On the battlefield, scorpions and beetles frequently collide, and fighting between the two can get violent. This video demonstrates the intense battles these two can have. They appear to be engrossed in one another and unwilling to let go. This one appears to be in the favor of the beetle. The scorpion was fed the stag beetle, but the prey was too strong for the predator, and the scorpion was slain by the stag beetle. The warrior beetle is a dangerous predator with powerful jaws and nearly indestructible flexible armor. The scorpion's exoskeleton overlaps at the joints, protecting it from being penetrated by other beetles. Scorpions eat other beetles, while the warrior beetle eats scorpions. A scorpion and a beetle fight it out to the death once more. Which of the two culprits will emerge victorious in the fight? Number 1. Opossum attack. Both the raccoon and the opossum are outraged. When you look at the opossum's terrified face, you'd say Freddy Krueger was standing right in front of him. Before the attack, they snarl and hiss. Although the raccoon is larger, neither exhibits dominance over the other once the two are engaged. As a 10-year-old might, this opossum approaches a skunk and pushes it into a pond. What a dreadful and sneaky thing to do. On the sidewalk, a skunk and an opossum meet. Although the skunk appears pleasant, the opossum has a deadly expression on its face. The opossum is such a spectacular animal. These possums battle in a tree branch, waking up the man who decides to video the fight around 2 a.m. What a perfect opportunity for a squabble. Many of these were fun to watch, but my favorite has to be those pandas giving all that trouble to that handler when she was trying to pick up those leaves. How hilarious was that? Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of the top 15 moments of animals fighting in the wild. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.